Hi everyone, this is Jeff Sanders with UVM Extension in Northwestern Vermont, and today we're going to discuss roller crimping cover crops. We will discuss the benefits of using a roller crimper in your no-till cropping system, as well as some of the risks. Although there are many different tools you can build or acquire to implement a roller crimping strategy on your farm, we will focus on discussing the Dawn ZRX roller crimper, which is equipped to the UVM Extension's white 8100 6-row corn planter. We wish to thank the Lake Champlain Basin Program for the funds to produce this video. Roller crimping is a cover crop termination technique which involves the rolling down of mature cover crops and the crimping of the stems to promote drying and the termination of the cover crop. This technique is becoming more widespread within organic and conventional cropping systems. Today we'll focus on conventional systems which utilize herbicides to aid in the termination of the cover crops. It is important to have a heavy stand of cover crops for the effective roller crimping. It is recommended that 2 bushel of winter cereal grain be seeded to have enough biomass to make the system work effectively. With too light a cover crop, it will tend to bounce back up and shade the cash crop early in the growing season. It is also equally important that your planting equipment be set up properly to plant through the heavy residue left by rolling and crimping the cover crop. Typically, this would involve row cleaners, heavy-duty down pressure springs, seed firmers, and proper closing wheels, and enough weight on the planter to keep the row units in the soil at the proper depth at all times. There are several key benefits to using roller crimping technology on your farm. First, it allows you to utilize your cover crop for both environmental and agronomic purposes. Cover crops that are rolled and crimped provide a very good protection of the soil surface from degradation from rain and heat. The ability to deflect the energy in a raindrop drastically reduces the ability of the soil particle to be broken away and washed off the field. The rolled down cover crop also slows the water running across the surface of a field, reducing the risk of rill and gully erosion, while increasing the chances of that water sinking into the soil surface. The rolled down cover crop also slows the water running across the surface of the field, reducing the risk of rill and gully erosion. Roller crimped cover crops offer protection on the soil surface from extreme heat by offering shade to the soil surface. This helps preserve water in the soil, thereby reducing the risk of lost yields due to heat and drought stress. Another benefit of roller crimping is that it builds soil health by providing biomass that will be returned to the soil profile, improving the biology as well as the organic matter of that soil over time. Although a portion of the available nitrogen early in the season is immobilized due to the high carbon to nitrogen ratios in the soil, later in the season that nitrogen will be released to feed the cash crop. There is also several concerns that must be accounted for when implementing a roller crimper strategy on your farm. First, there's an increased risk of pest pressure from insects like armyworms and slugs. Proper field scouting will allow the farmer to watch for this and react accordingly. Second, there will very likely be a tie-up of nitrogen around planting time, as mentioned earlier, and additional nitrogen should be applied to help the young seedlings get started. Depending on the year, you will likely get nitrogen savings later in the season as the biomass is processed back into the soil and the nitrogen is released. Third, the timing of the rolling of the cover crop is very important. The plant needs to be at antithesis when it is rolled to get adequate damage to the plant so that it will not stand back up. This typically happens in our northern climates around the 3rd or 4th week of the planting season or the 3rd or 4th week of May. This will require the farmer to be more patient than other farmers not using this system. If you roll the cover crop down too soon, the tendency will be for the rye or the cereal grain pop back up, thereby shading out the cash crop. Lastly, you need to get off the planter and check each row unit to make sure it's performing as it was intended. If you do not take steps to make sure that your planter is working properly, most likely it will not work properly. I hope this video on roller crimping can help you get started or help you further your efforts in utilizing this valuable tool to terminate cover crops. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video on roller crimping. If you want more information, check out our website. Thank you.